That's our current car.
Standing here today to talk to you a little bit about is the Cummins Repower program and where everything's at with that. Obviously last year it was introduced here. We already have available adapters for a 4-liter engine replacement for the AMC guys. We can make it go to a GM transmission, anything that you can bolt a Chevy V8 to. We can bolt up the R2.8. Manual transmissions are pretty straightforward. We got all the parts on the shelf for that. Automatics, we are highly recommending that you stay with a standalone controlled electronically shifted automatic. GM 4L60, GM 4L80 are the most common ones we put together so far. Working on stuff in the future to introduce the Ford 6-speed 6R80. Now the standalone electronics are coming available for those. The hydraulically controlled transmissions that were used with a gasoline engine that use vacuum for shifting or throttle valve cables for shifting. It's a completely electronically controlled engine. These engines don't have any linkage to hook up the throttle valve cables to for shift points, anything else. If you were doing something trick and you had a manual valve body and you didn't care about automatic shifting features, we can bolt these transmissions up. But for most people, this is not the wise choice of what transmission to use behind these engines. One of the transmissions example that we're getting requests for is the Jeep AW4 from the XJ lineup. It is an electronically controlled transmission, but it still requires use of a throttle valve cable for line pressures and shift timing. The electronic end of this is already integrated that we can provide electronic support. Hooking up the throttle valve cable is another issue with a drive-by-wire motor because we have no throttle plate on the engine, no mechanical linkage going to the engine. That's something we're exploring. There is some options out there. There's possibilities. We could bolt it together, but we haven't drove it and tested it to see how well it's going to work at this point in time. Staying in the Jeep lineup theme, the Jeep AX15 New Venture 3550. We have many of these motors running around set up this, and it's a very gracious transmission, lends it well to the torque curve of the engine. It works really well. They're quiet behind. We also, for bigger vehicles, larger applications, more custom applications, we put some New Venture 4500s behind them. The ultimate adventure vehicle for Burns-Simons this year. Actually, we ran our adapter with a Ranger torque splitter overdrive and an SM420. We were able to put this all together with off-the-shelf parts and make it work. GM manuals can be done. If you had a 2-wheel drive street rod, we can put a Muncie car 4-speed, or we can put 5 speeds up to them. There's all kinds of different options in the manual transmission world. We're waiting on electronics to come out for the GM 6-speed automatics, but the 4-speed automatics work very well with these applications. Our next application we're going to be heading into early Bronco. We've been putting AX15s and New Venture 3550s in early Broncos. There is a way of getting these up to the R2.8 for installation in an early Bronco. The adapters already exist. We haven't personally put one in yet, but with new electronics out for the 6R80 Ford automatic and the availability to electronically control the 4R70W automatics and the 4R100s is leading us down the line of making adapters not only for carbureted V8 applications for the newer stuff, but also for the R2.8 that they'll both work with this application. This is the new 6R80 adapter that's out for the 6R80 and also the 6R110 10-speed Ford automatics. It'll fit both. We can currently do it to an Atlas. We can do this to a Ford 205 full-size Borg Warner or New Process 208 transfer case Atlas. And then we also have for the early Bronco crowd, we can do the early Bronco transfer case. The gear ratio spreads on these transmissions are phenomenal. With over 4-to-1 first gear and double overdrives, it works itself real well into where we're going with this. Electronics are coming along where we can put this in engines that, besides just a factory Ford engine, R2.8 and carbureted engines are on our radar to get this up and running. From here, we also have introduced a new line for the Super Duty lineup of transmissions, 6R140. This is found in all your F250, 350, 450, 550 trucks. We can put an Atlas behind those when you're doing drivetrain retrofits. Also, it can be used to convert one of these trucks that are two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive, as the transmissions are the same two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and you would use the same adapter.
And like I said, it's a whole different people and people that weren't ever interested in now got to race and stuff. I mean, it's not for me. For you guys,